Welcome back to the Business Savvy Therapist. Today, I have a marketing series for you that I'm so excited to get you through the summer slump. It is called, are you ready? Summer Slump Survival. Do you need some of that? Summer Slump Survival Marketing Series. And specifically today, we're talking about your website. Specifically, the first question I want to ask you in the name of this episode is your website ready? Is it really ready for the summer? Specifically, the summer slump. Do you like your website? Tell me the truth. Do you? You see, a lot of you have settled when it comes to your website. And I'm not sure why. I think it's a money conversation. I honestly, no, not think. I know that part of my success, multiple companies, reaching the seven-figure mark very fast was I know that in order to make money, you have to spend your money and invest. And your website is the first place to invest your money because it is your first impression. It's your first impression. It's also your virtual handshake. And you should love it. You should be so excited to say, go to my website. However, I find having a bad website is kind of like having a bad haircut. Remember we talked about my mullet as a kid? Thanks, Mom. I was 7. I've always had long hair. And she gave me a mullet on the top, which was kind of a thing. It was very much a thing, although it wasn't in the 80s. A mullet was an 80s thing, but maybe it was in the 80s. Anyway, I was like in grade 4. I was born in 80. So yeah, I guess it was in the 80s. Maybe I'm in denial that I was born in the 80s. But then she permed just the top. Yeah, I know I promised you a photo of that and I tried to look for it and I can't find it. But to be honest, I didn't really try that hard because I don't want to find it. But a bad website is like having a bad haircut. You don't always know when you have one, right? Until later. Like actually, funny enough, I just went through this with my kids. Have you ever accidentally given your kids a really bad haircut? I've done this multiple times. I have boys. Very, very recently, I don't know why, but they just had really long bangs. Anyway, it just like grows in and you get used to it, right? But let's be honest with yourself. Do you have the bad haircut? Do you have the website? Jump in now. And I got some good news. I'm going to show you a website from one of my members and how she transformed her website and she transformed her practice. So get ready. This is the episode where you're going to want to pause and take lots of notes. I'm going to give you tips. Here's the thing though. Please don't do this on your own. Find a web person to put these tips in place. We are not website people. We are not tech people. We are amazing at therapy. Let's stay in our lane. To be honest, when I go to a website, I wonder if you're like this and it's bad. I mean, there's variations of bad, right? So there's like an okay website that's not great. There's a really good website that I think I have. Have you been to my website yet? I'll throw that in the show notes. I'm very proud of my website, like my McCants Method website. And I work with our branding expert in our actual program because she built my group practice website that got to 7 figures in 2 years and multiple 7 figures in 3. So now she's in my program and you have access to her. And I, of course, use her because she's the best. But here's the thing. When I go to someone's website and it's not good, like it's just really not good, it's a mullet, definitely. I assume that they're not successful, really hear that. And I probably won't book there. It's kind of like going into a store. Let's say you need to buy a new purse, new sandals. You walk into a physical location, but in the storefront, the mannequins are half dressed or not really dressed well. You would not walk into that store. Okay. Step number 1, happy people. Do you have happy faces on your website? Did you know that they are 30 to 50% more clickable? Why? Because people want to see aspiration, not where I am now. Where are you taking me? And that's why when you look at the vacation commercials, ever seen like a sandals commercial? That's why you see these beautiful people on the beach. No one's on the beach. And that like never happens, right? Like the actual beach probably looks a lot different in real life. But on the commercials, they're like these perfect looking people walking down this beach that they like own and nothing else is there because that's what we all want. Sell the aspiration. For me, and I wonder if you're doing this, I didn't know this. I just learned about being a great therapist and being clinical. So my website was not good. Before I met the best expert, my website was awful. And I'll tell you something. I was sending Google ads to a bad website, which was a leaky bucket, and my ads weren't working. The moment I just paid someone and said, hey, please do everything. I don't know anything about branding. I know nothing about website design. I know nothing about messaging. The conversion rate increased so much that my Google Ads person literally emailed me and said, what did you do? Your Google Ads are off the charts. Things are rolling. The clients are flowing in. Like, what did you do? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I just revamped my whole website. There's zero chance that I would have become the biggest clinic in the city in a very short time with 55 therapists with a bad website. People don't walk into the store with an ugly storefront. They just don't. So on my bad website, here's what I had. I had sad people. I literally had a homepage, like a specialty page on anxiety with a guy, and he was pulling his hair out. Like he just looked very anxious. And when I met with this branding person, because I didn't know what I was doing, she said to me, why do you have that? And I said, oh, because I want people to see themselves on the website. I want them, because we were trained in empathy and meeting them where they're at. So in my brain, I was like, well, anyone who lands here is going to say, that's my life. Yes, that's exactly what I look like. I want a book. But that's not what sells. That's not how branding works. And so all she did was took all the depressing, all the sad faces and replace them with happy faces. I'm going to show you that in a second on an actual website about what I mean. If you see couples, it'll be a picture of two people. If you see families, maybe it's some kids and they're playing and smiling. I don't love them looking in the camera. I prefer that they're looking, because it feels too Kodak moment-y. Does anybody know what Kodak means anymore? Soon they won't. But anyway, Kodak moment was like, remember those? Kodak, like actual film. And so now when they're looking away, it feels more real and authentic because we want the pictures to feel authentic. So do that right away and you will literally increase your click rate by 30 to 50%. You're welcome. Next serious question. Do you have empty couches? Do you? I did too. Every industry has a culture, and our culture is we like our empty couches. We really do. We've got a whole bunch on our website, and I even had a picture of my empty waiting room. But guess what? Another thing the branding person said to me, it looks like, Nicole, nobody goes to your clinic because you're showing these empty rooms. Think of the beach commercials. They don't show you an empty beach. They show you the feeling. People move and are activated and take action based on emotion. Show them the emotion, and the emotion is people, not couches. And what's funny, it actually looks like we sell couches. Like if someone's scrolling around, we've got a whole bunch. Like we got this room, we got this room. And I know why we do it. Of course, we do it because number one, we can't take pictures of clients, of course, but I did it anyway because I wanted them to see this is the office. This is the place where you will sit and you will feel safe and change will happen. But that's just not how sales works. And the purpose of your website is to make sales happen. Jot that down. This also applies to stacked rocks, beaches, forests. Take down the forests, take down the empty beaches, and take down this beautiful stack of rocks. I know it's calming. It's so calming when I see it. I love it. And it's just not as clickable. It's just not going to convert as well. So now I'm going to show you a website. Are you ready? So this is actually one of my members, and I want to give you a real sense of a good website. So she worked with our branding expert, and this is Betsy's website, and she's given it to me with her permission. Let me walk you through some tips, but I'll verbally walk you through them if you're just listening to the podcast. but I do suggest that you click the YouTube link so you can actually see what I'm referencing. You will notice right away that it is scannable. So what I mean is there's no paragraphs. People don't read paragraphs anymore. Look at this. You'll find nothing here that's over maybe 3 sentences. And it improves the scroll because websites, look at all the scrolling I'm doing. I'm just scrolling through the website. I see pictures. I see a lot of icons. I see the team. It's very engaging. And so if I'm engaged and it's not boring with a lot of words, it has me scrolling. But you'll notice at the very top here is a call to action. Now you want your, what I call the book now button to be in the nav bar. The nav bar is the very top of the website that doesn't move. So her nav bar has therapy services, about, contact, and book an appointment. Typically, I suggest that you have the book an appointment button or book now in a different color because it kind of jumps out at you. Okay. Now, also, you'll notice when I click on book an appointment, actually, before I click, you want to make sure that all of your buttons say the same thing, be consistent. So she says, book an appointment. And she actually says it the exact same way everywhere. Book an appointment. But what I'm seeing with some of your websites is you'll say, contact us now, start here, book now, book an appointment. I would go ahead and change that and always say the same thing. So when I click on book an appointment, it takes me directly to her online booking, which is Jane App. I love Jane App. I used it. It is superior because it does a lot that the other practice management softwares don't do. And you'll notice the first one here, faces. Now we know that faces are 30 to 50% more clickable. That applies here. If your online booking doesn't have faces, like a mini little Psychology Today, because also when I click on this person, I can see her whole bio, which is amazing. So that's cool too. So faces are really going to help you. And you can also see that with JNAP, you can brand the background. So you can see she has an image of her actual clinic in the background, which is kind of cool. Now, the reason we want to take people to the online booking is because you may have heard this before. This might be the first time though, so listen up. Most people book appointments when? After 7 p.m. Jane App actually did a study. Most people book an appointment at night when your admin is not there. So allow them to book themselves. And research tells us that they're more likely to show up if they book their own appointment. A couple other things I want to tell you. There's some research on the formula in terms of content for your website. What you want to do is focus on 3 things. What problem do you solve? How do you help? And how do they get started? I'm going to say that again. 1, what problem do you solve? How do you help? And how do they get started? So the problem you solve might be infidelity. And if you're not niche, it could be a bunch of things. So if that's the case, because I wasn't niched, I helped the whole family, then you're going to talk about that. And then how do you help? You're going to let them know the different services you offer. Or maybe you're niched and you just do Gottman. Or maybe that's your ideal clients. You talk more about that. How do they get started? Book now and book online. I want to talk now about your team page. And actually, I'm going to jump back in and I'm going to show you Betsy's team page because she did a great job on it. You want to make sure that, so under the About section is her team page. And a couple of things. 1, you want the same background for all the photos. I like gray. You can pick a different color. It just looks, you can see here, it looks very professional. And then when I go to their bio, check this out. Under her photo, oh my gosh, book now. You want book now buttons absolutely everywhere. And even every bio, you'll notice that they match. So every bio mentions the same things. And every bio starts with like hooking the client in related to how the therapist can actually help them. Now, I'm just going to show you one other option for the online booking. For some of you, if you don't use JNAP and you don't have faces on your online booking, and you're just noticing that people aren't booking, there is another option that you could do, which is here. I'll verbally walk you through as well. So, one option, number one, I think you should try having a button and maybe it could be called Book Now. I just prefer Book Now. It'll go directly to your online booking. Test that out for 90 days. Give it time. I know 90 days feels like a long time, but we need the data. Like really, it should be working. Now, if it's not, here's a second option. You take them to, and you can see visually here, basically a contact us page. And on this page, they have the option to book online, but they can also fill out a contact form. Now, as you know, I'm quite clear on like, I love online booking, but if you're noticing that that's not working, then try a contact form, but only do this if you have an admin, because right now you're the bottleneck, which is why I love online booking, because it works while you sleep. And guess what? They're booking while you sleep at night after 7 p.m. But if you're finding that's not working, I did visually want to show you this. You can take them to a page that has a couple of options. You can phone us, you can email us, you can book online, and also put your name, email, phone number, and how we can help you. And we'll get back to you as soon as we can. I think the more options you give somebody could work, and just test it out to see if it actually does work. That was a lot of information. How do you feel? Now you know, though, it really does make a difference. Please invest in your website. It is going to set you apart. Every penny you spend, you will get back like 25-fold. It's just a money conversation. Now, I do have something to help you. If you do work with a website person, you can like take all of your notes, send it to them. And then I also have a gift. Do you want it? You deserve it. Again, I see you. I see how hard you're working. I just want to give to you. Please open up your arms, be a gracious receiver, receive all the abundance. Do you want my 8 steps to a high converting specialty page? Now, a specialty page is basically your treatment page. You should have multiple pages on, let's say you do EMDR, couples therapy, and maybe that's it. You would have 2 separate web pages. We call them in my program specialty pages. And you want to make sure that when you're doing Google ads about EMDR, that you do not send them to your main page. You send them to your EMDR page. It's less friction for the potential client, right? They go straight to where they should be going. And I walk you through the anatomy of what you need on that page and what's actually going to convert, like what words and what exactly you need on there. Do you want it? Okay, it's yours. Message me on Instagram, will you? Just DM me the word website. Just drop the word website and it is yours. These small changes will make such a difference. And the summer slump will not be a word you say this year. That's my commitment. I'll see you next week.